People will try to make you feel some type of way. But you gotta stay locked in. You gotta stay true. You gotta stay divine. You gotta stay real. You gotta stay authentic. You have to. As soon as they take that away from you, you go down that path of feeling like there's nothing to live for. It's the reason why as soon as you're born, they want you to be like something else. What you want to be when you grow up? Nobody ever thought to just say myself. I want to be myself when I grow up. Everybody wanted to be like something else. Oh, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a. But what about being yourself? That's where the power lies. That's who you are. That's what you came here to do. So, yeah, man. No wonder exactly. You never had the answer because it never resonated. It never resonated. You was here for a different purpose, a different calling, a different mission. That's why you didn't have the answer. And that's why even if you did answer, you didn't feel it in your heart. Because you knew you were different. You had a different purpose, a different goal, a different thing that you came here to do. What was the catalyst for my spiritual awakening? Well, I would say the crazy thing is that my spiritual awakening wasn't really too insane. I didn't have a traumatic experience, but I just knew that I was different, right? One thing that caused me to wake up was that I think, you know what I think it was? I just think I was so lonely at one point. I felt like I didn't fit in with anything. You know what I'm saying? I always ask myself man, nobody really appreciate me. You know what I'm saying? Acknowledge me. Any that I would get overlooked and everything. A lot of people would, you know what I'm saying, push me off to the side. And I'm like, I always kind of felt some type of way. I'm like, what I do? And I was always coming from a real place, but no matter what, I never fit in. And so I had to always try to find my way. You know what I'm saying? I had to figure things out. I had to go about life differently. You know what I'm saying? And I just think I got to the point, where I just was extremely sad, extremely just depressed. And I sat there and I asked myself, and I reflected with myself, and I said, who are you? Who are you? Why is your life like this? Right? And I would ask myself this question day in and day out, day in and day out, and day in, and then eventually something clicked. Something clicked in my mind, and it said, it's because you are set on a path of something greater, something a lot more divine, something a lot more real. And it was just me showing up to that question every day. I asked myself because I was really at a low point. I was really at a low point. I really was. It was deep. It was I just felt isolated. But when I kept asking myself, the answer to that question revealed itself to me. And once I got that answer, I knew that I had to act on the things that I was feeling in my soul. And one of those things was to be yourself no matter what. That's what it started with. Right? Because prior to that, I was living this life, living up to people's expectations, being something I'm not, trying to be validated, trying to be accepted, trying to be loved. It was something that I would always seek. And I realized that me doing that was putting me in that position of being hurt, of being disappointed, of being depressed. So I realized that I had to start being myself and start acknowledging myself and acknowledging myself and embracing who I am. How did I fix that though? Just by realizing, well, of course it was through experience. It was through going through trials and tribulations, right? Me being at that low point, right? I went through a lot of different interactions with people. And even from some of my relationships that I had, right? To some of my friendships, to even my family. I always was pushed off to the side and not acknowledged all the time. And it was weird to me. I'm like, hold up. You know what I mean? I had my mom, she loved me, she appreciated me. She took care of me, and I forever will love her. For she is a being that exists on the spiritual plane as well. It just, I always felt underneath. You know what I'm saying? So me coming to the realization came for me wanting to better my life and put myself in a better position, right? I was tired of being depressed. I was tired of being sad. I was tired of being in that same reality of feeling like I don't fit in, that I'm not good enough, that I will never be good enough. I was tired of that. I didn't want to experience that no more. So I was like, okay, let me start focusing on things that could put me in a better position. So it started with me wanting to just change my diet. I wanted to change the food that I ate. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? Let's start eating healthier. Right? I'm like, let me try eating something different. Try new different foods. And then I realized that food had a major play and a major impact on your mental well-being and your mental wellness. Then I went down the path of understanding and understanding mental wellness and understanding that there's a mind, body, and soul connection. And then once I understood that, then I dived deeper and realized that there's a spirit that lies within me. There's a soul, right? There's a higher entity. There's a higher divine source. And me going down these different avenues is what helped me gain the understanding of what I needed to do on my journey of life. So I was at a very low point, like some of us may have all had, right, on our spiritual journey. We may have been at super low points, hurt, really going through it. You really feel it. You feel that, right? But you go through that so many times where it's like, okay, eventually I gotta find a way out of this. if I keep showing up and allowing myself to feed into these emotions, I'm gonna only continue to experience them. I'm gonna only continue to feed into them. So if I want to get out of this situation, I have to start making adjustments. I have to start making changes. I have to start opening up to new things, new ideas, having an open up mind, changing my perspective, staying optimistic, being grateful for what I have, right? It was a lot of things that played a major role in me getting out of what I was in, right? I had to first realize that I'm blessed in the norm, right? I'm blessed because I'm able to wake up and walk. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to walk around. I'm able to see. I'm able to talk. I'm able to hear. There's people that can't even do that. There's people that wake up and can't even do that. There's people that don't even wake up. There's people that don't even wake up. So, me being in the situation that I'm in, I have to be able to look at my situation for what it is. And allow myself to one, embrace it, two, to face it, and three, to get out of it. And that's what I did. And that's what you should do if you're going through that. Embrace your situation, face your situation, and start focusing on energies that help you get out of it. That's how you get out of those situations. And that's what helped me get out of mine. The contrast is important. You cannot recognize yourself if everything is well. Right, exactly. And like I said, I don't regret anything on my journey. I appreciate every little experience I had, all of the people that came in and out. Everybody served beneficial, right? Regarding the evolution of me, of myself, of my aura, of my energy. And that's with all of us. Everybody that you come into your life is in your life for a reason. There's no accidents, there's no coincidences, there's no just, oh, they're here to be here. It's none of that. Everyone. They all have a specific role in your life. Yeah, letting go is very powerful. Happens for you, not to you. Exactly. I had to climb out my hole. Yo, someone just recommended a different book by him. I'm still learning. I have a lot of challenges, and right now I've been so exhausted lately. But I like to feel. Embrace it, face it, and get out of it. Exactly. You gotta get out of it. You gotta get out of it. You gotta get out of it. You have to get out of it. That'd be the hardest part for people, right? They can allow themselves to feel it. They'll face it, but they won't get themselves out of it. But you have to get out of it. And how do you get out of it? You start focusing and shifting your energy and attention on where you want to be in life. That's the only way that you can get out of it. That's the only way. If I wake up every day fueling my depression by watching people being depressed, right? Seeing people in depressed situations, seeing people in sad situations, right? If I see people in these lights all the time, eventually, or actually, I'm gonna just continue to stay in that energy, right? If I just continue to see this every day, them being depressed, people being sad, people not having what they want, people being, just in these low vibrational states, I'm going to continue to relive and re-experience that reality. I feel like I just want to take a break, been given. Do it. Take that break. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to take that time. That's very important, right? Reflecting and protecting your energy, right? From certain energies and entities, that's very important. Because energy is very contagious. It's very contagious. And as you continue to go about growing in life, you're going to get more contagious to energy. You're going to just naturally become that way. So it's important that you are taking that step back and saying no, right? Say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay. Even if they may feel some type of way, even if they may look at you differently, realize that you'll know who you're really dealing with when you say no. If there's somebody that you've been saying yes to a lot in just previous experience or recently, say no to them one time and see what happens. See what happens. You'll see who you really dealing with. If they really respect you, if they really acknowledge you, if they really appreciate you, right? They'll be like, okay, I understand. It's different, but okay, I get it. Right? They're not going to be used to it, but they'll still acknowledge it in a way where it's, it's still genuine. But if they sit there and be like, what? What'd you say? You know what I'm saying? They get all like weird and they try to